From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Voters in the city will choose a mayor when they head to the polls on November 8th. And last night, the three names you will see on the ballot battled it out right here on News 13. It was a debate of the issues and your chance to pick the right candidate for you. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Now, before we do get to our top story tonight, we've been getting a lot of calls into our newsroom from viewers experiencing power outages. We're told the northwest and northeast sections of Hazleton do not have power, as well as parts of West Hazleton and Hazel Township. More than 3,600 customers are without power as of about 4:30 this afternoon. We're told PPL is aware of the problem and is attempting to fix it. Back to our top story tonight, finances, crime, and cleaning up the city. Those are just some of the issues that face the mayor of Hazleton. Three people want to tackle those problems. Candidates are incumbent Joe Yanuzzi, Grace Kuzo, and John Metashevsky. With only 5 days until the election, they faced off in a special debate Wednesday night, one you will only see here on SSP TV. News 13's Christina D'Amato has more from the candidates.
I want to welcome the candidates tonight, Grace Kuzo, John Metashevsky, and Mayor Joe Yanuzzi.
It was a way for the people of Hazleton to learn more about the three candidates whose names will appear on the ballot Tuesday for mayor of Hazleton.
My number one concern is crime, particularly the violent crimes we have been subjected to over the last few years.
I'm running on a lot of the conditions, the crime, the deplorable conditions of the playgrounds, the mess of the playgrounds themselves, the streets, violent crimes that I've witnessed.
I am here representing Hazleton as its mayor to give the city the respect it deserves. Character, experience, and maturity are important qualities to be mayor.
The topic of finance and where the city stands money-wise was addressed.
My idea to save the money city money at this time would be, this is where I came into it earlier, per diem of police. I might be able to hire laid-off police departments that already have their acts, put these Hazleton City uniforms on. I might be able to get 10, 12 policemen on the streets at key times of the week.
The money problems the city is in, unfortunately, has gone over a period of years. We've allowed bills to accumulate, and when the budgets were approved the next year, no one bothered to include the last year's debt. And we ended up with reportedly $2.6 million. I don't know the final figure. I can't answer that. And that's where the problem lied. If there was a debt, it should have been carried over. Joe, you sat on council. Did you question it? Why you were carrying this debt?
Prior to this, Grace said she doesn't need financial experience, and it shows. She does not have it right now, because if she knew what that $2.6 million was, it is debt. It is owed. Every year, it was added to the bottom of the statement. 2010, we're almost even. So Hazleton is not in financial trouble. The estimate for 2011 is going to be balanced.
The candidates' other concerns included crime and the overall condition of the city. If elected, they made these promises.
I promise to serve the residents of Hazleton and put a stop to crime and drugs. We will stop it. I will work to fix our streets properly, equip our police with up-to-date equipment. I also promise to have our police on the street, not 3 weeks before election.
Go down, clean Wyoming Street up. I think there's a lot more can be done in this town than hookers, drug dealers, and gang members. Lay the pressure down. That's what you got to start, like I said, small. There's no way people saying you're going to get rid of crime and drugs. You're going to curb it is all you're going to do. We got to get them out of here, move them.
You need experience to run the city of Hazleton. You can't be a novice. You can't go into City Hall and not know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. I think I'm the person for that job. I've had plans in place right now to change our community.
Folks, we hope you'll learn something. Remember, it's very important for you to vote on November 8th. Look at the candidates, see their credentials, and make the right decision.
Christina D'Amato, News 13.
To watch the debate in its entirety, tune in at 7 o'clock tonight or log on to ssptv.com. It's going to be an interesting election, not just for the city of Hazleton. Most of the local municipalities have several people running for open seats. News 13's Nikki Kreis takes a look at some of the local races and who's running for what seat.
With only 5 days left before Decision Day 2011, candidates are doing some last-minute campaigning. But with local races in almost every municipality in Greater Hazleton, how informed are you when it comes to who's running for what position? The mayoral race is not the only one voters will be interested in Hazleton. There are 2 open seats on city council. Incumbent Evelyn Graham has served the city for at least 3 terms. She seeks re-election. Jean Mope has secured a spot on the ballot after a successful write-in campaign in the primary. Rounding out the city council candidates is Keith Bast, who finished the primary as the top vote getter on both the Republican and Democratic tickets. Tammy Martin was appointed mayor with the passing of her husband, Tim, late last year. Martin is hoping to be re-elected and faces Republican George Barna Sr. Barna served as mayor of Freeland back in the 1980s. The borough has 3 council seats up for grabs and 5 people hoping to win them. Incumbents John Petoskey and John Buda are hoping to keep their seats. Kimberly Barry, Barbara Telenowski, and Joan Yurichek are all hoping to be elected next week. 2 of the wards in West Hazleton will feature council races. Those in the 3rd ward will see a new councilman. Voters will choose between Paul Platukis and Robert Sanzi. Voters in the 1st ward will choose between incumbent Tom Nemeth and newcomer David Yankavich. There is 1 supervisor seat up for grabs in Hazel Township. Incumbent Bill Gallagher was the top vote getter in the primary, but he will face Richard Wenches, who had a successful write-in campaign. Over in Butler Township, 2 men are hoping to fill Robert Shellhammer's seat. The longtime supervisor passed away last month after serving the township for more than 40 years. Republican Charles Altmiller, who was the township's police chief, will face Democrat Jim Caffrey. There are 4 open seats on McAdoo Council, and 8 people are hoping to win them. 3 Republican incumbents would like to stay in office: Mary Labert, Lisa Clemis, and William Slovic, as well as Democratic incumbent Marion DeBalco. Also hoping to win the seats are John Paranonich, Marla Furlani, Roseanne Lutz, and Rick Snyder. The Democrats currently hold a 4-3 majority on Borough Council. Earlier this week, we took you to a rally in Cunningham where 4 candidates were campaigning for 4 open seats on the ballot. Incumbents Rose Hart, Louis Rizzo, Ray Montoni, and newcomer Larry Harmon are running on the same ticket. Gary Gregory and Jill Hawk are also hoping to get the most votes next Tuesday. And over in Beaver Meadows, there are 3 council seats open. Anthony Rusnock, Richard Donald, Alfred Mitchko, Mark James Lazar, and James Leonard hope to win those seats. Don't forget, Decision Day 2011 is just 5 days away. Make sure you exercise your right to vote. I'm Nikki Kreis for News 13. With only 5 days.
One race that people all throughout Greater Hazleton will be voting in is the Hazleton Area School Board. Voters will head to the polls to choose 5 directors. 6 names will appear on the ballot. We're looking at video from last week when all 6 candidates appeared on a special Sam Lasan show. Incumbents Dr. Bob Childs, Tony Bonomo, and Brian Early, as well as newcomers Robbie Wallace, Rocco Formica, and Marfi Degenhardt-Yanak are all hoping to win seats on the board. It's a race jam-packed with issues, from the budget to improving test scores to finding a new superintendent. Make sure you vote in this very important election. Voters could see changes in political districts, meaning the state representative who serves you now could be someone new. A preliminary plan is circling that reshapes the 116th legislative district, separating Hazleton from West Hazleton and splitting Hazel Township into 2 parts. Take a look at these maps courtesy of the Standard Speaker. Currently, the representative from the 116th district serves the 3 municipalities. Now, the plan shifts West Hazleton and the eastern part of Hazel Township into the 119th district. In addition, the boroughs of Freeland, Jetto, and Whitehaven would move from the 116th district to the 119th district. State Representative Tara Toohill serves the 116th, and Representative Gerald Mullery represents the 119th. West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt says he does not like the move.
Well, I'm totally against it because I'm working with Representative Toohill. She's helping us in 7 different issues, and if they take her away, then everything's done. Then we have to start all over again, go all through that process, and that's not right. I don't understand how they can justify separating West Hazleton from Hazleton, and of course the township around us too. Take us right out of it's like having a round cake and reaching in and taking the middle out. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
Now, the Legislative Reapportionment Commission approved the plan. Representative Toohill told the Standard Speaker that the plan is not final. The commission scheduled a public hearing in Harrisburg in a few weeks. Folks have from now until November 30th to comment on the proposal. All right, there's more to come tonight here on your community news station. We have your first look at the forecast for tonight. Temps have warmed up a bit, but are they going to last? And later, Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. The borough of West Hazleton is getting ready to spread some holiday cheer, but they need your help. We'll tell you why when we return.
Stay tuned for great local programming all night long right here on SSP TV. At 7 o'clock, it's a special episode of the Sam Lasan Show with the Hazleton mayoral debate. 8 o'clock to Sam Lasan Show where Sam talks with Governor Corbett, and at 8:30 Sam talks with Mayor Joe Iannuzzi. 9 o'clock is Inside Scoop. Political analyst Rick Morelli, Mike DeCosmo, and Dr. Dave Sochar talk politics on a local and a national level. And then at 9:30 it's all around the town. Join News 13 SSP TV as we visit local businesses and showcase their products and specialties. It's like shopping from home. If you want to promote your business and share with our thousands of viewers, call us today at 455-7267. Don't forget about the rebroadcast of our news at 6, 10, and 11:30. And thank you for making News 13 your #1 local news station.
You're watching News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
Boscov's honest pricing, guaranteed quality, super buys. 70 to 85% off ladies solid pashminas, $2.99. 75% off Easy Spirit ladies walking shoes, $19.99. 71% off men's Gildan fleece pullover hoods, $7.99 at Boscov's. Light up your home with popular twig lights, 75 to 77% off. Our price, $9.99. And 73% off beautiful hand-painted stemware, only $3.99 at all Boscov's.
Cunningham voters, for the first time in 4 years, the borough is financially secure. Help us finish what we've started.
We are committed
to maintaining public safety and our own Cunningham Police Department.
We are committed to parks and recreation, keeping our families involved in their community. We are committed
to improving our roads using state funds.
We are committed to opposing the proposed Water and Sewer Authority cost increase of 100%.
We always have been and always will be committed to Cunningham first. I ask for your votes for Montoni, Hart, Rizzo, and Harmon.
Groceries Plus is celebrating 20 years of business, offering made-to-order hoagies, daily lunch specials, a wide variety of snacks, coffee any size just 99 cents, and your Pennsylvania lottery. Check out the newest edition, Sudzer's Beer to Go, and pick up 6 and 12 packs for your outdoor picnics and other functions. So stop by and ask about the specials for the entire month. Groceries Plus celebrates its 20th anniversary.
I come from humble beginnings, and I was raised to do what is right, always. We have a right to demand ethical leadership. My name is Lisa Gelb, and I will not take campaign contributions from lawyers.
Lisa has more than 2 decades of experience in county and federal courts.
Lisa is very tough, fair, honest.
That's what we need now. We need honesty.
I know she'll make an excellent judge.
I will serve with honor and fight for fairness and justice. Join me in this fight with your vote.
A dangerous day on local roads Wednesday. A number of accidents throughout the day, and tonight we're learning more about some of those crashes. We'll start first at the intersection of Broad and Locust Streets just before 4:30 Wednesday afternoon, where an SUV actually rolled over, landing on its roof. The driver was John Craig of Hazleton. Police say Craig failed to stop at the red light and collided with a car driven by Louis Milo of Carbondale. He and his wife, who was a passenger in the car, were both taken away by ambulance. ambulances. No word how they are doing tonight. Craig got himself out of his SUV and was walking around, but went to the hospital to get his hand looked at. We're told Craig, who is a fire police officer for the Hazleton City Fire Department, was reportedly on his way to assist with traffic control at another accident in the city that happened right around the same time. While city firefighters were cleaning up that accident in downtown, Hazel Township crews were on Stockton Road near New Coxville, cleaning up a big mess of coal from an overturned tractor trailer. The driver was not hurt and luckily no fuel leaked onto the roadway. However, Hazel Township Fire Chief Scott Castisha notified the Department of Environmental Protection because 30 tons of coal spilled across the roadway. Also, about 25 gallons of miscellaneous fluids from the truck leaked onto the roadway. Stockton Road was shut down while crews cleaned up the coal and brought the truck back onto its wheels. No word on what caused the truck to topple here in Hazel Township. 2 Hazleton women were taken to Hazleton General Hospital after this crash Wednesday morning. City police tell us Mirjana Valon was driving an SUV on Lucas Street and failed to stop at the intersection with 15th Street. Valon drove into the path of a car driven by Marie Pavel on 15th Street. Valon was unconscious when first responders initially got there, but later regained her consciousness and was taken to the hospital. Police closed 15th Street to traffic between Alter and James Streets for about 20 minutes. News 13 recently told you that the Hazleton City Police Department was in the midst of a special operation looking for fugitives. Tonight, we know more about the warrant sweep that was named Operation Safe Streets. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, more than a dozen fugitives were rounded up by police who teamed up with U.S. Marshals, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, and State Probation, along with Probation and Parole, along with Lackawanna County officials. It was a 4-day operation and 15 people were found and taken into custody. Out of the 15 warrants, one of those resulted Of the 15 warrants, 14 resulted in arrests. One of the warrants was for someone who was already in prison. William Gogol was one of the 14 arrested by Deputy U.S. Marshals in West Hazleton. Hazleton police were looking for him on a number of serious charges stemming from a January 2010 incident in which 2 brothers were beaten with a baseball bat. A Hazel Township garage owner who bought and installed an outside video surveillance camera at his place of business has reported it now stolen to state police. Police tell us the theft happened at Central Auto Repair sometime between October 1st and 31st, between 10 at night and 8:30 in the morning. Police are asking anyone who might have information about the theft to contact them confidentially. That number is 459-3890. Up on your screen right now, your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played, and hopefully you have more luck than I am having talking tonight. Your daily number, 976. Big 4, 9437. Quinto, 24107. And Treasure Hunt, 7, 10, 25, 28, and 29. We'll be right back, and make sure you stay tuned for a very inspiring story from a local school today. You won't want to miss it.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for making News 13 your #1 local news station. Here's your lineup for Friday. Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A happy birthday to Richie Ishki Kusek. This wish comes with love from your cousin, your whole family, and all of your friends. And now for tonight's Talk of the Town. The MPB Community Players presents The Melody Lingers On, the songs of Irving Berlin. This will be November 11th and 12th at 7 p.m. at the Trinity Lutheran Church. This will be featuring the popular music of Irving Berlin, and reserved tickets are available. For tickets or more information, please call 570-454-0178. And the Valley L Middle School Relay for Life team presents a holiday shopping extravaganza. This will be held at the St. John Bosco Church December 2nd from 6 to 9 p.m. The cost is $5, and this includes coffee, tea, soda, dessert, and a chance to win the grand prize raffle. There will also be tricky trays and over 30 vendors present. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Gordon E. Kessel of Hazleton. Funeral services will be held Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in the St. James Episcopal Church. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Constance Lorraine Kulig Spadell of Latimer. The funeral will be held Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. Phyllis S. Lampe, RN of Hazleton. A memorial service will be held Saturday at 2 p.m. from the Reformed Presbyterian Church. Mary Lou Popovich of Hazel Township. No public viewing is scheduled. And Adam Harrison Beers of Gouldsboro. The viewing will be held Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Bullock Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111.
Hi, my name is Martha Dagenhart-Yannick. Please vote for Dr. Bob Childs, Brian Early, and me on November 8th. As school directors, we will consider how each vote we cast will benefit our children and teachers. As a parent, I know our children need an excellent education. As a manager in the healthcare profession, I have expertise with budgeting. As a taxpayer, I understand the concerns of our district. Please vote for the Team with No Ties on November 8th.
My name is Eugene Kelleher, and I am a candidate for Luzerne County Council. I have been endorsed by the Luzerne County Controller, Walter Griffith, the Times Leader, and the Citizen's Voice. I'm respectfully asking Hazleton area residents for your vote on Tuesday, November 8th. Please check my website, lccvotegene.com, or call me at 674-4105. I want to be accessible to all the taxpayers of Luzerne County.
Well, let the sun shine, because at least then we know it's not raining or snowing for that matter. Winter is right around the corner, but at least it was a somewhat mild day here in Greater Hazleton. Taking a look at the changing leaves, they're going to be gone real soon, folks. Mostly cloudy skies for tonight with a low down to 36 degrees. For your Friday, TGIF, everyone, high up to 45, and we'll see the sun shining bright once again. Your forecast for your weekend ahead coming up live at 5:30. Well, it doesn't feel like Christmas outside today, but pretty soon we'll be getting ready to hang all of the lights and ornaments on the tree. Officials in West Hazleton are searching for the perfect addition to spread some holiday cheer in the borough. They're looking for a Christmas tree to place at McKenna's Corners. They're looking for someone to donate a tree that's about 25 to 30 feet tall. If you have a tree that would make a great West Hazleton Christmas tree, contact the Borough Streets Department. That number is 454-5181. Well, have you ever heard of Flint Face? Well, he's a talented musician with a very important message of hope for both those who are troubled as well as for those around them. That message, never give up because you're never alone. Flint Face brought that message to a local school today.
My foot's going down, that's why I'm doing it.
Well, he can obviously sing, but who is Flint Face? Well, his real name is Joe Scorsone from West Philadelphia. His parents were both pastors. When Flint Face was 8 years old, he started playing drums to gospel music in order to pass the time and take his mind off of his own issues, one being the sexual abuse he endured at a young age. As a teen, he struggled with poor self-image, depression, and even contemplated suicide. It was from these dark times that Flint Face was able to rise above his struggles and channel his energy into music. In 2001, Flint Face moved for a fresh start. He put his own twist on gospel music and hit the local bar scene, blending urban pop and metal. He quickly began building a reputation for his high-energy performances. Flint Face does what he can to connect with the audience and sometimes even invites them to join him on stage. According to Flint Face, he represents those that have been through the storm, abused, battered, and worn, and even though he may not see what you've been through, he guarantees that he has walked 1,000,000 miles in your shoes, and maybe even some of these kids' shoes here today.
Principal had called us and asked us to come down, and it's a great honor to be able to speak to him about being encouraged, being powerful, and not letting bullying, things like that at home, struggles, get them down. You know, you got to keep pushing forward, and we want to instill that strength in them when they leave here.
I thought Flint Face was awesome, spectacular. I love the story behind all his songs.
he's a really good inspiration to all of us, and especially me. I know what he went through. I'm not going through anything like that, but I know people who go through like that and stuff like that. So I hope that the people who are here that go through that understand that they could get their expressions out by just listening to his songs and following what he says.
This was a great idea. I am so happy this happened. The real Flint Face is here. I kind of know what he's going through. I go through bullying and a little bit of abuse from my sibling, and I kind of know that it's hard and that you feel like sometimes you can't do it, but you can. And I'm just so excited that he's here and that we're actually in the same room as him, and how he went through all this and how he's still so great and so famous today, even though he went through all the bad stuff.
I think the rally was great and inspiring, and I think it was a really good idea because it inspired me and anybody else. There's really nowhere to explain it. I thought it was great for our school to actually have time to set this up. Go Flint Place.
I thought this rally was so inspirational since Flint Face, what he's gone through in his whole entire life. And he's a very talented music artist, and it's just an inspiration to all us kids.
According to Flint Face, performing and spreading the positive messages of encouragement is a process of taking vengeance on the things that tried to bring him down, like low self-esteem, bullying, rejection, and thoughts of suicide. He will continue touring high schools and venues across the country, sharing his story and hearing the stories of so many others. For more information on this very unique musician, check out his website at flintface.com. Also look for his inspiring messages on MTV. All right, that does it for the news live at 5. Check us out at ssptv.com for more news and information from around Greater Hazleton. The Standard Speaker Online is where you can find breaking news as it happens throughout the day and tonight. And don't forget to friend us on Facebook. Nikki Cries is coming up next, live at 5:30. We have more on Governor Tom Corbett's visit to Greater Hazleton. We'll also have an extended look at the forecast and sports with Freddie B. Stay right here. The Live at 5:30 is coming right up.
Did you know every day is Earth Day at Harry's U Poulet Auto Parts? Harry's U Poulet pays you top dollar for your used vehicle. All vehicles are environmentally recycled, and then the parts are sold at unbelievable low prices. Call us for more details at 459-9901 or visit us on the web at wegotused.com.
I'm Molly Hanlon-Marabito, and I'm running for judge. 30 seconds is brief, but it's enough time to talk about integrity. Raised in 40 Fort, I learned about integrity from my mom and dad. After graduating from the University of Notre Dame School of Law, I returned home to Luzerne County. I've never forgotten those early lessons in all my years of practice. I have over 22 years of courtroom experience. I prosecute criminals. I'm endorsed by law enforcement. I ask for your vote, your support on November 8th.
For the past 9 years, I've been providing Hazleton personal, accurate, and immediate radiologic services. I'm Dr. Steve Reinhaus, board-certified radiologist at Reinhaus Radiology. Recently, I relocated from my former facility to open this new center because I was unwilling to compromise my service to you. Here at Reinhaus Radiology, I strive, along with my talented staff, to provide you with absolute best in diagnostic imaging services. So when results matter, be sure. Request Reinhaus Radiology.
Schumann Disposal Incorporated is a local family-owned company proudly serving Cunningham, Sugarloaf, Drums, and Beech Mountain since 1963. Roll-off and rear-load containers are available. To schedule weekly trash pickup and container services, give Schumann Disposal a call, 788-1294. Our business is picking up.
Some current board members continue to raise your property taxes, while test scores lag behind. It is our responsibility as board members to spend education dollars efficiently and effectively, as well as providing the best education we can, to light a fire of curiosity and eagerness to learn in our children that will carry them through their entire lives. I'm Rocco Formica. Having taught in the Hazleton Area School District for nearly 40 years, I know what it's like on both sides of the desk. On November 8th, please vote Rocco Formica, Hazleton Area School Director.
Hi, I'm Joe Sklorowski. I'm proud of my family's ties to the greater Hazleton area. It's where my wife, Megan Kennedy, and her family were born and raised. It's where our 4 children were born, and it's where we have many friends and family. If elected judge in Luzerne County, I pledge to be a voice for the people of the greater Hazleton area. I respectfully ask for your vote for a judge on November 8th. Thank you.
West Hazleton residents vote Nemeth and Sandsey for Borough Council, dedicated to maintaining a strong police force and keeping our borough on the right path, and committed to cleaning up our neighborhoods. Continue the progress, vote Nemeth and Sandsey.
Rick Williams is an architect, a good businessman, and is committed to our community.
Rick Williams, independent candidate for Luzerne County Council.
And Luzerne County has an opportunity now.
Rick's analytical, he's a problem solver, and he's a straight shooter.
Rick will help get our budget under control.
He's smart, he's skilled.
He knows how to make this work.
I'm Rick Williams. I'm an independent and beholden to no one except the voters of Luzerne County. My name is near the bottom of the ballot, but I hope I'm at the top of your list.
Stanley opened the Majestic in 1954 and has seen it all. Until now, one of his former employees is running for district attorney. And he remembers her being a good kid, energetic, and a hard worker. Something hard-working folks don't forget. Nor will they forget that current DA Musto did nothing while kids went to jail, claiming she didn't know. Well, Stanley knows that at least his granddaughter's a hard worker. Not hard to believe.
They each bring different qualities to the table, but who will you pick to be the next mayor of Hazleton? 3 candidates will appear on the ballot, but only one will win. Voters will be heading to the polls next week, but before you make your decision, hear from the candidates themselves.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Nikki Kreis. Finances, crime, cleaning up the city. Those are just some of the issues that face the mayor of Hazleton. 3 people want to tackle those problems: incumbent Joe Yanuzzi, Grace Kuzo, and John Metashevsky. With only 5 days until the election, they faced off in a special debate Wednesday night, one you will only see here on SSP TV. News 13's Christina D'Amato has more from the candidates.
I want to welcome the candidates tonight, Grace Kuzo, John Metashevsky, and Mayor Joe Yanuzzi.
It was a way for the people of Hazleton to learn more about the 3 candidates whose names will appear on the ballot Tuesday for mayor of Hazleton.
My number one concern is crime, particularly the violent crimes we have been subjected to over the last few years.
I'm running on a lot of the conditions, the crime, the deplorable conditions of the playgrounds, the mess of the playgrounds themselves, the streets, violent crimes that I've witnessed.
I am here representing Hazleton as its mayor to give the city the respect it deserves. Character, experience, and maturity are important qualities to be mayor.
The topic of finance and where the city stands money-wise was addressed.
My idea to save the money city money at this time would be, this is where I came into it earlier, per diem of police. I might be able to hire laid-off police departments that already have their acts, put these Hazleton City uniforms on. I might be able to get 10, 12 policemen on the streets at key times of the week.
The money problems the city is in, unfortunately, has gone over a period of years. We've allowed bills to accumulate, and when the budgets were approved the next year, no one bothered to include the last year's debt. And we ended up with reportedly $2.6 million. I don't know the final figure. I can't answer that. And that's where the problem lied. If there was a debt, it should have been carried over. Joe, you sat on council. Did you question it? Why you were carrying this debt?
Prior to this, Grace said she doesn't need financial experience, and it shows. She does not have it right now, because if she knew what that $2.6 million was, it is debt. It is owed. Every year, it was added to the bottom of the statement. 2010, we're almost even. So Hazleton is not in financial trouble. The estimate for 2011 is going to be balanced.
The candidates' other concerns included crime and the overall condition of the city. If elected, they made these promises.
I promise to serve the residents of Hazleton and put a stop to crime and drugs. We will stop it. I will work to fix our streets properly, equip our police with up-to-date equipment, I also promised to have our police on the streets, not 3 weeks before election.
Go down, clean Wyoming Street up. I think there's a lot more can be done in this town than hookers, drug dealers, and gang members. Lay the pressure down. That's what you got to start, like I said, small. There's no way people saying you're going to get rid of crime and drugs. You're going to curb it is all you're going to do. We got to get them out of here, move them.
You need experience to run the city of Hazleton. You can't be a novice. You can't go into City Hall and not know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. I think I'm the person for that job. I've had plans in place right now to change our community.
Folks, we hope you learned something. Remember, it's very important for you to vote on November 8th. Look at the candidates, see their credentials, and make the right decision.
Christina D'Amato, News 13.
To watch the debate in its entirety, tune in at 7 o'clock tonight or log on to ssptv.com. Many of the city candidates want to see the roads fixed in Hazleton, but who wants to see better roads and bridges all around? I'm sure it's safe to say that many of us do, but would you pay 10 more cents a gallon of gas at the pump just so state roads could be maintained? Governor Tom Corbett told folks yesterday that he was working with his transportation secretary to find alternatives to fund work on bridges and roads. Transportation was just one of the many issues the governor talked about during Wednesday's red carpet program. Governor Corbett says currently we fund roads through the gasoline tax, but our state might be due for an increase. He says it's because many of us want fuel-efficient cars, and the more mileage you get on a car, the less you pay at the pump in taxes. Corbett says he conducted a survey all over Pennsylvania and asked people if they would pay 10 cents more a gallon for better roads and bridges.
Is that as this report has been reviewed, been worked on, issued, the economy is floundering very much. What can we do in the short term to help? But more importantly, how do we address what we're going to do in the long term so that when the last gasoline tax was passed was 1995 or 97? 97. That we don't have to revisit it 14 years later, that there is an automatic way that we can fund the roads and the bridges.
For more information on the governor's survey, just check out the website for the Office of the Governor at www.governor.state.pa.us. It's been months since the historic flooding in Luzerne County. You might remember that Governor Tom Corbett was in Duryea back in September when he had the opportunity to tour the damage with Vice President Joe Biden. Corbett told the crowd on Wednesday that he knows some people are still struggling, but state officials are doing the best they can.
I have to tell you, I'm extremely proud of the work of the men and women of Pennsylvania from all over Pennsylvania who assisted, who came in here to help, into other regions, the first responders here and across Pennsylvania that were assisting, the National Guardsmen that were assisting, the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency. We were out there.
Governor Corbett says we have pulled through a very difficult time caused by the floods, and he will continue to help those who were affected. One big issue, not just in Pennsylvania, but all over the country, is job availability. And one place here in Hazleton is helping people find the perfect careers. On Wednesday afternoon, CareerLink held a career fair at its Hazleton location. Employers were on hand to discuss job training skills. They were showcasing occupations available like RNs, LPNs, and some health aides. Dozens of people came to check out the career fair. It's something that CareerLink does every year. There's much more still to come here on News 13 live at 5:30. Up next, a guest joins me live to talk about a big event that's happening this weekend in Freeland. And later, these people are ready to relay. The 2012 cancer fighting event kicked off last night, and News 13 was there. It's hard to believe that it's November already, and even though we haven't even enjoyed Thanksgiving, it's time to start thinking of Christmas. Angelique Boutique in the Churchill Mall is geared up for the holiday season and invites you to the annual Holiday Open House. It's the 29th year, and this time you have 3 days to visit, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The magic begins with all the promotions from Hallmark, and you can take 15% off the entire store. Entire stock, excuse me. And make sure you check out this Dancing Lights Holiday House. It's a lighted water globe that changes colors and brings the magic of the season alive. If you purchase just 3 Hallmark cards, this colorful holiday decoration from Hallmark is just $14.95. A great gift for someone special or for yourself to lighten up your home. So stop by Angelique Boutique in the Churchill Mall this weekend for the 29th Annual Holiday Open House.
You're watching News 13 with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Cry.
Woo! Burgers are done. Pass the buns.
Not in my house!
It's football season, and great deals are waiting for you at Burger Mazda. Like a new Mazda 3i Sport sedan starting at $16,990. Plus, we'll pay more for your trade guaranteed. Just off I-81, exit 145 Hazleton. Since 1921, drive with experience.
Cunningham voters, for the first time in 4 years, the borough is financially secure. Help us finish what we've started.
We are committed
to maintaining public safety in our own Cunningham Police Department.
We are committed to parks and recreation, keeping our families involved in their community. We are committed
to improving our roads using state funds.
We are committed
to opposing the proposed Water and Sewer Authority cost increase of 100%.
We always have been and always will be committed to Cunningham first. I ask for your votes for Montoni, Hart, Rizzo, and Harmon.
I'm Blythe Evans, and I'm running for Luzerne County Council. This is a new form of government, and we'll need new ideas to move forward. My community service has taught me that honesty and hard work, combined with traditional family values, can make for a better future for all the residents of Luzerne County. We need smaller government, we need to hold our leaders accountable, and we need stronger laws to protect our environment. On November 8th, I'm asking for your vote.
When it comes to all of your grocery needs, shop Boyer's Food Markets at 2 locations, 15th Street in Hazleton and South Hancock Street in McAdoo. Here are this week's specials. Every weekend, look in our hot food area for wings, tenders, and other party favorites. Don't forget about our gift cards and our senior citizens discounts. We also have double coupons every day. You can also go to BoyersFood.com for our weekly circular, monthly super specials, and much more. It's all at Boyer's Food Markets in Hazleton and McAdoo.
Vote for the ticket that is making a difference in Hazleton. Joe Yanuzzi and Evelyn Graham. 5 more police officers on our streets, protecting residents. Surveillance cameras, making Hazleton a safer environment. More code enforcement and health code officers responding to citizens' complaints. On November 8th, vote Joe Yanuzzi for mayor and Evelyn Graham for city council. The team that is making a difference.
Check out the newly designed Chrysler 200, or how about the 2-door Jeep Wrangler or 4-door Unlimited. Jeep Patriot is named best priced SUV in America. Jeep Grand Cherokee styling is second to none. Jeep Compass named top 10 fuel-efficient SUV with sophisticated styling. It's Ram commercial truck season. Get what you deserve, power, performance, and a Dodge Ram. How about Dodge Journey? Seat 7 with 4-wheel drive, a winning combination. Dodge Durango, let the towing begin. Best in class, up to 7,400-pound capability. It's all-American Tamaqua.
At Crop and Hughes Funeral Homes, we help you write your life story with pre-planning arrangements. Life is an adventure filled with good times, triumphs, everyday acts of kindness, and love. Talk to us about today's many options and choices, everything from personalized touches to custom urns and memorials, because no one knows your life better than you. Let us help you plan a fitting memorial. Crop and Hughes, with 2 locations in the Hazleton area. We're not just at your service, we're by your side.
Hard work alone won't put criminals behind bars. It takes a prosecutor. Jackie Musto Carroll, 16,000 convictions in 19 years. She personally got 16 murder verdicts, confiscated thousands from drug pushers, and gave the money to cops for bulletproof vests and drug dogs.
I've put murderers, child predators, and drug dealers in jail. Much remains to be done.
Jackie Musto Carroll for DA again.
Welcome back. We're here to tell you about a big event that's happening this weekend in Freeland. Joining me is Freeland Mayor Tammy Martin. We're talking about an event that's going to benefit a local woman, Beth Ann Wenner, who is a familiar face on News 13 and a good friend to the Freeland community. So it's called Bands for Beth Ann. Tammy, let's talk about it.
Yes. Beth Ann
it's for Beth Ann Wenner. She's one of our Freeland Council women. She's been battling esophageal cancer for over a year now. They're going to have a function on Saturday. It's called Bands for Beth Ann. What it is it's up at our parish center. There's going to be 4 bands, the Lost Boys, Bounty Hunter, the 2 of us, and Joe Lapchak. And what it is, you buy the band for $5. They're available at Videomania and Noki's, and they'll be available that night at the door, obviously. And that gets you in the door. You know, you get to enjoy the night with, you know, good friends, good music. Our fire department is going to be doing the bar, so there will be beverages there, and then they're going to have food. So, I mean, if anybody's interested in even just donating food items for them, you know, they would greatly appreciate that. And then at 7:30, it starts at 6 o'clock, and it goes until there is no end time. Whenever, you know, as long as it's going well, they're going to stay there. At 7:30, though, I get the honor, after 24 years of them being married, I get to renew their vows for them.
Wow, that's really nice.
So we're hoping that, you know, everybody in the community, the area, comes out and supports her. All the money will benefit the Wenner family. I know personally, from my own experience, those medical bills, they start adding up, and, you know, anything you can do to help them is greatly appreciated.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a really nice event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's very, very special to you in particular, that you get to renew their vows.
Yes, for me, it hits close to home for me because of everything I went through with my husband. But not only that, Beth Ann's husband is actually my cousin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a distant cousin of mine. And so when Beth Ann called me and asked me if I would renew their vows, there was no way I was going to say no. No matter what's going on, I will make the time to be there that night to do it for them.
And so, again, this event is taking place at the Freeland Parish Center this Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Yes, it starts at 6 o'clock. And the bands, like I said, are available at Videomania and Noki's Pharmacy, and then they'll be available at the door that night.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Mayor Tammy, and we hope to see the entire community in Greater Hazleton at this event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, speaking of raising money to fight cancer, people gathered last night to kick off one of Greater Hazleton's biggest events, Relay for Life. They're all ready to relay, and they were psyched to get next year's event started. The Greater Hazleton Relay for Life 2012 will take place June 1st and 2nd at Louis Shivo Park. As many of you know, it's a 24-hour event where folks walk around a track, taking steps to fight back against cancer.
It is a wonderful event. We encourage everyone from the Greater Hazleton area, put in a team. We are thrilled tonight because we have 2 new teams that have joined us and several new members of our committee. We invite you, come on down, put in a team. It's like a giant block party.
If you're interested in putting together a Relay for Life team, contact the American Cancer Society and they'll be able to get you started. It's definitely a fun event, all for a great cause. Well, stay tuned. There's much more to come tonight here on News 13, live at 5:30. Freddie B joins us next with a look at what's going on in the world of local sports. And later, it will soon be time to deck the halls and decorate some terrific trees. One local community is looking for the perfect one to stand in the middle of town for everyone to see. Could you have West Hazleton's Christmas tree growing in your backyard?
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on Channel 13, you will have 13 minutes to call in and win a free pay-per-view movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner, George Yanko of Freeland. George, if you're watching, give us a call right now at 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Boscov's honest pricing, guaranteed quality, super buys. 70 to 85% off ladies solid pashminas, $2.99. 75% off Easy Spirit ladies walking shoes, $19.99. 71% off men's Gildan fleece pullover hoods, $7.99 at Boscov's. Light up your home with popular twig lights, 75 to 77% off. Our price, $9.99. And 73% off beautiful hand-painted stemware, only $3.99 at all Boscov's.
Trust. Each day, we trust that our communities will be kept safe. We trust that we will be free of drug dealers and violent crime. And we trust that our roads will be safe from drunk drivers. On Election Day, you have a choice. District Judge Fred Parentoni has earned our trust. A husband, a father, a former prosecutor, and a respected magisterial judge for 20 years, Fred Parentoni is the best choice as judge for Luzerne County Court of Common Pleas.
Did you know that at some time in your life you will suffer an injury to your spine? Maybe not a paralyzing injury, but one that can cause chronic pain or loss of function. Auto accidents, work injury, fall injury, all of them can injure your spine seriously enough to require tests, treatment, or even surgery. If your spine injury was caused by the neglect of another, we can help.
Balvello Law, Injury Lawyers. It's what we do every day.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
More than 2 weeks ago, down watching the volleyball at Hazleton Area High School, and Delaware Valley comes into the McGeehan Gymnasium, and they absolutely dominate the Lady Cougars. I remember thinking to myself, man, either this Hazleton team isn't nearly as good as I thought, or this Delaware Valley team is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good? They got the gold medal, folks. Take a look. They are the district champs. It wasn't anything so much to do with Hazleton as it was we were looking at one of the better teams in all of northeastern Pennsylvania. The Delaware Valley girls, I mean, not even close. 3 straight sets, knock out North Pocono, and they advance into the state tournament. We'll be keeping an eye on them from there, but they are the representatives. District 2 on the AAA level. You want to go down to the AA level? Well, we're going to find out. It'll either be Holy Redeemer or Dunmore. They're meeting at Dallas High School in the back mountain. That one's going to start in just a little bit. And we'll have a AA champ to go along with Delaware Valley by the time the night is over. And as far as the single A level, well, it's staying up north at Lackawanna Trail. The Lady Lions, straight set winners over Mountain View. So Trail comes away with the single A championship. So we'll see what happens tonight if Holy Redeemer can get the win over Dunmore. Let's move to the outdoor facilities and a little soccer. Abington Heights, Williamsport playing for the right to call themselves district champs and give it to the Comets. Abington Heights, 3-1 winners yesterday over Williamsport, so they advance as the District 2 champion. And you kind of like that because it's a true District 2 champ. Williamsport has to play in the sub-regional because they are the only big school in District 4, and kind of rains on the parade when Williamsport wins a District 2 championship. Meanwhile, they won't have to worry about a District 4 team tonight. Over at Wilkes in just about a half hour, Dallas Scranton Prep. That is for the AA soccer championships. Now let's go to the national scene where we've got some skating going on. Out on the island tonight, the Winnipeg Jets. You're going to say, wait a minute, I thought there weren't any more Winnipeg Jets. If you're not a big NHL fan, they were the Atlanta Thrashers a couple of months ago. They relocate out to Winnipeg, and I like that they take the name of the team that was there. So it's the Winnipeg Jets against the Icelanders. Meanwhile, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks take on the Blue Shirts in Manhattan. Down at the Wells Fargo Center, the New Jersey Devils travel down the Turnpike. They take on the Flyers, and Pittsburgh and San Jose will get it together out on the left coast. Well, back here on the East Coast, best we could do is watch some sports. May I suggest bottlenecks? Tonight, it's Rack 'em Up Rib Night. Rack it up flavor with fire-grilled ribs, half rack of the meaty, fall-off-the-bone St. Louis-style spare ribs. It is absolutely lathered in sweet barbecue sauce, fire-grilled and served with bottomless fries. Can't beat that for just $9.95. So check it out at Bottleneck's Kitchen, open till midnight 7 days a week. They've got pool, they got darts, they got shuffleboard. They got great stuff at Bottleneck's.
Everyone knows that Bottleneck's is the home of award-winning wings and mouth-watering steaks, but now a new tasty reason to stop by. Brand new fire-grilled ribs, a half rack of meaty, fall-off-the-bone St. Louis-style spare ribs, fire-grilled to perfection. And the best night to give them a try is Thursday for Rack 'em Up Rib Night, featuring the delicious ribs served with bottomless fries for only $9.95. Bottleneck's is open 7 days a week. The kitchen is open till midnight every day. There's always a reason to stop by Bottleneck's.
West Hazleton residents vote Nemeth and Sandsey for Borough Council, dedicated to maintaining a strong police force and keeping our borough on the right path, and committed to cleaning up our neighborhoods. Continue the progress, vote Nemeth and Sandsey.
I'm attorney Jennifer Rogers, and I'm running for judge in Luzerne County. Thank you for your overwhelming support in the primary. If elected in November, I promise to use my experience and reputation for compassion to restore honor to our courts. Despite recent events in our judicial system, we will repair what has been broken. The healing has begun. Change will continue if we entrust the right people to make it happen. On November 8th, judge for yourself.
Candidate for Magisterial District Judge James Jamie Dixon is inviting you to a fundraiser brunch Saturday, November 5th. The brunch will be held at Genetti's Best Western from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tickets are just $30 and can be purchased in advance or at the door. For more information, call 570-861-4860 or check out www.dixonformagistrate.com.
An honest day's work has long been ingrained into the fabric of this region and its people. Doing your best not because you're told to do so, but because it's for a greater good. So while we appreciate being recognized for our hard work, we wouldn't have done it any other way. From a bank that considers exceptional customer satisfaction just part of the job description. First National Bank. The right choice, right here, right now.
The Mountain View Cemetery, located along North Street in West Hazleton, has served as a final resting place for beloved members of area families since 1900. This non-denominational cemetery is available for all. The new section will use flat bronze grave markers to denote the name of the loved ones. Please contact the Mountain View Cemetery Association, 454-8101.
My name is Eugene Kelleher, and I am a candidate for Luzerne County Council. I've been endorsed by the Luzerne County Controller, Walter Griffith, the Times Leader, and the Citizen's Voice. I'm respectfully asking Hazleton area residents for your vote on Tuesday, November 8th. Please check my website, lccvotegene.com, or call me at 674-4105. I want to be accessible to all the taxpayers of Luzerne County.
No one plans to be hurt. I'm attorney Conrad Falvello, and I have yet to meet anyone who would trade their health for money. But if you've had your livelihood taken away by someone else, don't kid yourself. No one's going to hand you a check. At Falvello Law, injury law is what we do every day. It's the only thing we do every day.
Falvello Law, injury lawyers.
We're halfway through the fall season, and despite some cold temps earlier this week, today was pretty comfortable out there. Let's take a look at what we can expect for the rest of the week, starting with tonight. We're going to see a chance of sprinkles early tomorrow morning, but for tonight it's going to be mostly cloudy with a low around 36 degrees. Tomorrow, on the other hand, mostly sunny with a high near 45. We call it a little bit of a warm-up from earlier this week. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 25 degrees. Saturday for your weekend, sunny with a high near 48. Saturday night, mostly clear, a low around 28 degrees. It's going to cool down a little bit Saturday night. Sunday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 51 degrees. Sunday night, it's going to go down to 36 degrees. It's going to be mostly cloudy. And Monday, to start off your work week, mostly sunny with a high near 57. I'm pretty excited for that. And finally, it doesn't feel like Christmas outside today, but pretty soon we'll be getting ready to hang all of the lights and the ornaments on the tree. Officials in West Hazleton are searching for the perfect addition to spread some holiday cheer in the borough. They're looking for a Christmas tree to place in McKenna's Corners. They're looking for someone to donate a tree that is 25 to 30 feet tall. If you have a tree that would make a great West Hazleton Christmas tree, contact the borough's Streets Department at 454-5181. And that does it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. If you want to catch this newscast again, just tune in for a rebroadcast throughout tonight into the morning. Don't forget we're always on at ssptv.com. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe and good night.
Look for great ways to save every day at Boyer's Food Markets, 999 West 15th Street in Hazleton and 318 South Hancock Street in McAdoo. Double coupons every day, only at Boyer's Food Markets.